It's an emergency. The one who hurt you is finally. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says it's an emergency. The one who hurt you is finally being exposed. The one who smiled at you while poisoning your name in secret, the one who hugged you while wishing you harm behind your back, the one who pretended to pray for you while binding your destiny with silent curses, they are finally being uncovered by the divine light. Enough. No more silence. No more suffering without answers. No more walking through confusion thinking maybe it was your fault. No, it wasn't. And heaven has moved. Heaven has opened its courtroom. And your name is being spoken there right now. This is not a small thing. The one who hurt you had help. They had enablers, co-conspirators, even some people you once trusted. But God says, my child, you do not need to expose them yourself. I am doing it. And it begins now. You were not wrong when you felt something was off. You were not crazy when you felt the atmosphere change in the room when they entered. You were not paranoid when you sensed their silence was not peace but planning. What they said when you left the room, what they planned behind your back, what they wrote, what they signed, what they forged, what they stole, it has all reached me. I watched, and I allowed the time to pass for one reason only, to reveal them publicly in my divine timing. Open this now. Because within this moment, chains are falling in the spirit. And someone is being ordered to confess. Someone is getting restless right now. They cannot sleep. They are sweating, anxious, disturbed. The lies they built are beginning to collapse under their own weight. You thought you were the one who was broken, but it's them. The very web they spun is now wrapping around their own throat. And the angels have been commanded to carry out justice. Do not interfere. Do not warn them. Do not try to rescue what I am tearing down. What I expose, I destroy. Because I love you too much to allow even one remnant of the deception to remain attached to you. And even now, Michael is standing guard. His sword is drawn. He is standing in front of your name and saying, not this one. You've lied on them long enough. This is why you were feeling strange the past few days. That heavy sense of something shifting. The sudden urge to cry for no reason. The sudden memory of an old betrayal surfacing again. That's not a coincidence. It was the signal. The divine countdown. You didn't imagine it. Your soul already sensed what heaven was preparing: exposure, release, justice. And this time, it will be undeniable. You will not have to say a word. You will not have to defend yourself. I will defend you. I will speak for you. I will make them stammer when they try to lie again. Their tongue will not cooperate. Their own body will begin to tremble as they try to repeat the stories they used to share so smoothly. I will turn their confidence into confusion. And the people who believed them before, they will suddenly begin to doubt. Some will start asking questions. Why is this story changing now? Why are they so nervous when that name comes up? Why can't they explain where that money went? Why did they delete that message? Why did they lie about meeting that person? And the questions won't stop. The pressure won't lift. Because the hour of reckoning has come. This is not just justice for you, it is restoration. What they delayed in your life, I am restoring with divine speed. What they blocked with their gossip, I am reopening with glory. What they mocked, I am magnifying. What they said you would never do, I am making happen in front of their eyes. You will not be silent anymore. You will not be hidden anymore. You will not be suppressed anymore. You will not be falsely labeled anymore. You were chosen. That's why they targeted you. You carried oil, and they saw it. You carried grace, and it disturbed their demons. You carried joy, and they resented it. You carried vision, and they copied it while mocking you in public. You carried light, and it exposed their darkness even when you didn't speak. And they couldn't handle it. So they turned on you. But, even though they turned on you, I never did. Even though they betrayed you, I held you. Even though they lied, I listened. Even though they laughed, I cried with you. Even though they poisoned your name, I preserved your promise. And now the scales are turning. Now the gavel is falling in the spirit. Now the records are being opened. The same rooms where they whispered about you, your name will now be celebrated. The same people who believed the lie, they will be the ones to carry the truth. The same doors they tried to slam shut will now swing open to you and lock them out. This is divine reversal. This is heaven's intervention. This is the emergency you've been sensing. It's not too late. You didn't miss it. Even though you felt lost. Even though you cried and asked God, where were you? Even though you walked through that betrayal feeling like no one saw, God saw. Every tear you cried was caught. Every sleepless night is being turned into a new season of breakthrough. And even your enemies will witness it. This is your turn. The last season felt like death, but this season will feel like resurrection. You are about to rise, and you will not rise quietly. God says, I'm announcing you. I'm establishing you. I'm pushing you forward with the wind of my spirit. You will not struggle for what I'm about to give. You will not beg for what is already yours. But you must do one thing now, release it. Let go of the need to prove. Let go of the desire to retaliate. Let go of the urge to make them feel what they made you feel. God says, "That's my job. You just heal. You just receive. You just say yes to my justice." Because when God exposes, He also elevates. And your elevation is already in motion. The place you thought you'd never reach is now reaching for you. The thing you thought you lost forever is about to knock again. The promise you were convinced had expired is now on schedule. Watch for the signs. A random message from someone you never expected. An apology you thought would never come. A door that was dead suddenly being mentioned again. A name you hadn't heard in years suddenly returning. A dream that died being resurrected. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. And don't be surprised when the one who hurt you reaches out. Because when God exposes, He shakes everything. Even those who seemed untouchable are now being touched by conviction. Even those who swore they'd never be found out are now unraveling. Even the secret messages, deleted conversations, hidden alliances, they're all surfacing. Heaven is revealing what hell tried to hide. You don't need to worry about revenge. You don't need to worry about how it will happen. Just know that it's happening. And it's happening now. This is your emergency notice from heaven. Get ready. Make room. Let go of the bitterness. Let go of the pain. Because the blessing is bigger than the betrayal. The future is brighter than the lie. The reward is greater than the loss. And it begins today. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. They thought they buried you, but they didn't know you were a seed. And now, watered by tears, warmed by grace, and guarded by angels, you are about to bloom in public. No more hiding. No more delay. No more confusion. You survived. You endured. You stayed silent when you could have exposed. You prayed when you could have cursed. You waited when you could have rushed. And because of that, your crown is being handed to you now. Your name is being written into a new chapter. Your story is being reclaimed by heaven. It's an emergency. Stop what you're doing and listen, because heaven is speaking directly to you. This is not a coincidence. You didn't land on this message by accident. Everything around you may feel confusing, heavy, unclear, but this message is crystal clear. The one who hurt you, the one who caused damage they thought would never heal, the one who stepped into your life with smiles and left you in silence, that person is finally being dealt with. You cried for justice. You begged for closure. You wondered if God heard you when you couldn't speak the pain out loud. And today, He answers. Open this with your whole heart. Because the divine has stepped in, and nothing will remain the same. You were not meant to carry this pain alone. Every single time you lay in bed replaying what happened, trying to make sense of it all, asking, "Why me?" Heaven was listening. You were not alone, even when you felt abandoned. Archangel Michael stood beside your spirit while it was breaking. And God held your name in His hand while you felt forgotten. The one who hurt you is not invisible to God. Their actions, their intentions, their manipulations, and their betrayals have not gone unnoticed. Heaven has been watching in silence, not because it didn't care, but because divine timing requires patience. And now, the appointed time has arrived. You prayed for this moment. Maybe not with words, but with the ache in your soul that longed for truth to rise and lies to fall. And now God says, justice is coming. Not in vengeance, not in hate, but in truth. You will see the curtain pulled back. You will witness what you were never meant to carry being removed from your life. The one who hurt you did not win. Even if they smiled while you wept, even if they walked away as if nothing happened, even if they continued on while you stood still in pain, know this: God did not forget. Heaven did not forget. The angels have recorded every moment of injustice, every silent betrayal, every false promise, every deception cloaked in charm. You are about to receive something you never thought possible: peace where there was only chaos, clarity where there was only confusion. You are not broken. You were never truly broken. You were bent, pressed, shaken, but you survived. And now you are rising. This season is not about revenge. This season is about revelation. You are about to see why it all happened. The one who hurt you was being used to reveal something in you. Strength you didn't know you had. Patience you didn't know was buried deep inside. And a divine calling that is now being activated because of what you endured. That pain you went through wasn't in vain. Heaven will turn every tear into fuel for your future. God says, stop blaming yourself. You did not deserve to be treated like that. You did not invite the pain. You did not ask to be deceived. You did not choose the heartbreak. It was not your fault. Sometimes, good hearts walk into dangerous places because they believe in the goodness of others. You chose love. You chose loyalty. You chose to see the best in someone. And they chose to take advantage of that. But what they didn't know is that your pain had a witness. God Himself bore witness to the moment your heart cracked, and He swore then that He would make all things right in His perfect time. That time is now. Do not waste another moment in guilt. Do not let their shadow linger in your spirit. You are not tied to them. You are not defined by what they did. You are not stuck. You are not behind. What they tried to destroy will become the platform for your greatest breakthrough. The enemy tried to bury you under betrayal, but God has resurrected your purpose from the ashes. And now, Even the one who hurt you will watch as you rise. They will see what they lost. They will see that what they tried to crush only bloomed in fire. They will see you shine. Archangel Michael stands with you, sword drawn, not to strike, but to protect. The spiritual attacks that came through that person are being severed now. Whatever soul ties, emotional bonds, or trauma links that were clinging to you are being cut off by the power of heaven. The release you've been begging for is happening. Even if you don't feel it yet, even if it doesn't make sense, trust this, the shift has already begun. You are walking into freedom. Freedom from the heaviness. Freedom from the thoughts that replay like a broken record. Freedom from the fear that they might return, or that you might never heal. You will heal. You are healing. Right now. God says, let go of what they did. I know that's hard. I know they made promises and broke them without apology. I know they pretended to love while secretly plotting your pain. But I also know that you are not powerless. You are not the victim anymore. You are stepping into divine power. Your anointing comes not in spite of the pain, but through it. You are stronger now. Wiser. More discerning. And most importantly, you are chosen. Chosen to carry glory that your enemies cannot touch. Chosen to walk a path that the one who hurt you could never have walked beside you on. That's why they had to be removed. That's why the separation, the silence, the heartbreak, it had to happen. Because your destiny requires space for God's hand to move freely. You are safe now. You are covered. You are wrapped in angelic presence. Even if your surroundings haven't changed yet, the atmosphere around your life has. There is divine movement in the spirit realm. Things are aligning. Things are shifting. Doors are opening. Your name is being whispered in rooms of favor. God is preparing divine replacements for everything you lost. You will not be left empty. What was taken will be restored in greater measure. That relationship, that job, that time, that energy, it's not gone. It's being returned to you with interest. This is not just about recovery. This is about resurrection. The one who hurt you tried to bury your confidence, your peace, your joy, and your hope. But what they didn't know was that God is a master of bringing dead things back to life. And now you are walking in resurrection power. You are stepping into a version of yourself that has been refined by the fire. You are no longer naive. You are no longer silent. You are no longer afraid to speak the truth. You have learned how to stand tall, even when your heart was heavy. That strength will carry you now. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. Even if you don't understand how this will all work out, trust that I do. I see every detail. I see what they said behind closed doors. I see the masks they wore. I see the manipulation they used. And I also see the future I have for you, a future full of light, laughter, and divine alignment. The darkness will not win. The lie will not have the last word. I am stepping into the situation and turning it around from the inside out. You will no longer walk in shame. You will no longer carry what wasn't yours. I'm taking it now. There is something sacred happening around you. The atmosphere is heavy with glory. You may feel a stirring in your spirit. That's not anxiety, that's the presence of God breaking chains you didn't even know were there. This is your Exodus moment. You are leaving the prison of emotional pain. You are walking out of the cell of confusion. You are no longer bound to the cycle of wondering what you did wrong. You are being lifted out by divine hands. Hands that never let you go. Hands that are scarred with love. Hands that bled so you could live free. The one who hurt you thought they broke you. But what they actually did was set the stage for your transformation. They created the conditions for you to meet your true self, the one who is fierce, holy, powerful, and unstoppable in faith. And now that you've found yourself again, you will never be that version they manipulated. You will never again shrink to make someone comfortable. You will never again ignore red flags in the name of love. You will never again choose their comfort over your peace. You are walking in power now. Heaven is proud of you. Not just for surviving, but for still choosing to believe. For still praying. For still loving. For still hoping. Even after all that was done to you, your heart remains tender. That is why you are so favored. That is why God is moving on your behalf even now. Because you did not let the pain poison your spirit. You stayed pure. You stayed open. And now, God will reward you openly for what you endured privately. The emergency is not meant to frighten you. It's meant to wake you up. To tell you that the time of silence is over. The time of waiting is over. The time of carrying this weight alone is over. God is speaking. God is acting. God is sending angels with instructions. You are being elevated. You are being shifted. You are being protected. You are being carried into something greater than you asked for. Because He loves you that much. Now, breathe. Feel the weight lift. Feel the peace descend. It's not just emotion. It's transformation. You are not the same person who walked into this message. Something in you has shifted. Something has been released. Heaven has spoken. Now walk forward with faith. Walk forward in strength. Walk forward knowing that the one who hurt you no longer holds any power over your life. Their season is over. Your healing has